Quick question. Does this feel different than you remember it? Small things, dates, names, feelings. Millions of people notice the same thing at the exact same time. In March 2020, what if I told you? We didn't survive that year, not all of us, not most of us, all of us. And what you're living in right now isn't a continuation, it's an after image. Here's the theory, in plain words. Some people believe that in early 2020, something went wrong. Not a virus, something bigger. A collapse, an extinction event, the kind of thing that ends a world, and they believe every one of us died in it. But instead of the story ending, it kept going, in a simulation, a rebuilt version of reality running just slightly wrong. That's why so many of us remember things that don't match anymore, not because our memory failed, because reality did. But that's not even the part that should scare you, because if that's true, the next question is much worse. Here's where it gets specific. Here's something strange people noticed. A kid's book that everyone remembers being spelled one way, but now it's spelled a different way. A movie scene people swear they watched. That isn't in the movie anymore. Little things, not big things. But thousands of people who've never met each other remember the exact same little thing the exact same way. That's strange. Normally, when people misremember something, everyone misremembers it a little differently. Not this time. This time, everyone remembers it exactly the same, like they're all looking at the same old photograph of a world that doesn't quite match this one. Since 2020, people say the world just feels thinner, faster, stranger. Like the rules quietly changed. Bigger disasters, back to back, like a story rushing to fit too much in. Famous people appearing to age differently overnight. Entire events that some people remember happening, and others swear never did. A simulation running under pressure doesn't break all at once. It breaks in small, quiet glitches first, the kind you'd only notice if you were paying close attention. And once you start noticing the glitches, there's one you can't unsee. So why doesn't anyone just tell us the truth? Think about it like this. If your parents fixed something broken in the house before you woke up, would they wake you up just to worry you? Probably not. They just quietly fix it and let you keep sleeping. Maybe that's what's happening here. Somebody quietly keeps fixing the little cracks before we notice, not to trick us, just so we don't have to be scared. But there's one thing that's even harder to shrug off. Think about your own memory for a second. Not big events, small ones. A conversation that feels like it happened, but you can't place when. A place you're sure you've been that doesn't exist anymore. A feeling right after 2020, like you'd skipped a step somewhere. Most people shake that feeling off. But what if that feeling is the only honest part of you left? Think about the night everything supposedly ended. Do you remember it? Really remember it? Most people don't. Not because it wasn't important. Maybe that's the one night nobody was allowed to keep, like a movie where the middle scene got cut, and you only remember right before and right after. If a piece of your memory feels foggy around that time, maybe that's not you forgetting. Maybe that's the only proof anyone gets to keep, the part of you that remembers what actually happened before the rewrite. Here's the part almost nobody brings up. If this is true, it doesn't actually change what you do today. You still wake up, still love the people in front of you, still chase the things that matter to you. Maybe you're not living after the end of the world. Maybe you're living in the only part of it that was worth saving. The part somebody or something decided to keep. So here's the question I opened with. Except now, it means something different. Does this feel different than you remember it? Maybe it does. Maybe it always will. Not because the world broke, because you're still here to notice. Some people say there's a small test you can try yourself. Not proof, just noticing. Write down a memory today before you check it. Then go look, see if it matches. Most of the time it will, but every now and then it won't. And that small gap might be the only souvenir left of the world before the rewrite. If you notice something tell me what it was, because next week we're asking an even harder what if. Simply, what if? See you in the next one.